do 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 do. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark.
Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark.
Grandma shark.
So our topic was the marine life cycle, and this is in the 3rd grade.
In our roles, for me, I wrote the script, researched, and did the storyboard. For Sam, she's a YouTube specialist and researcher. For Katie, she's the designer and the researcher. And lastly, Sarah is the researcher and photo booth creator.
For our project, we decided to have students have choice within it, and we gave them the option of using the tool Tutastic in order to create one of their products for the marine life cycle of shark.
And the various tools that our students can use is a book creator, Goodreads, a poster, Google Slides, iMovie, but overall they have choice. For the next portion of our overview, we're going to talk about how we developed our own marine life cycle project as an example for our students. So for our storyboard, we broke it up into 4 slides. For the first scene, we talked about the egg and baby stage. For the second scene, we talked about childhood. For the third scene, we talked about adolescence. And for the 4th scene, we talked about adult and birth. And we also have a script.
Hi students! Today we're going to be doing a multimedia project that focuses on the marine life cycles of any animal you want to choose. So what first you got to do with your group is choose an animal that you want to research the life cycle on, that is a marine animal. Then with your group you'll research facts about the life cycle of that animal. With that research combined, you guys will make a project to present to the class. Now this project can use any type of technology and tools that you would like to use, your choice. So, for example, we used Tutastic to do the marine life cycle of a shark. So, check it out!
What is the life cycle of a great white shark? Come on, join us to find out! A great white shark is born along with up to 12 siblings and immediately swims away from its mother because the mother sees the baby shark as prey. The baby is on its own from the beginning. It is about 1.5 meters long. Not many of the sharks make it through their first year.
The next stage is childhood. The pup grows and slowly makes its way up the food chain. It eats small sharks, stingrays, and lots of other small fish. It can get its little fins on.
The next stage is adolescence. The great white keeps on growing. It moves even higher up on the food chain and is now starting to eat sea mammals like sea lions, seals, and much bigger sharks. It's about 10 to 15 feet and still getting bigger.
The last stage for the great white shark is adulthood. It is now fully grown. It is about 15 feet and 20 years of age. It is at the top of the food chain and going to mate and have a baby, so the wonderful cycle can be repeated. Woo! This project is engaging for students because they're able to pick an animal of their choice, and when you get to pick an animal of your own choice, you're more engaged in it because it's something that you want to do, and then the students get to pick their choice of how they're going to present this information, so they're more engaged in how they present this information.
The standards we chose to use for our project were ISTE Standard 1C Empowered Learner, which states students use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. Our whole lesson was based off the NGSS standard of 3LS11, which states to develop models to describe that organisms have unique and diverse life cycles, but all have in common birth, growth, reproduction, and death.
We chose to use Toontastic because we realized that we could include sharks in it. So when students go to pick the animal that they want, they can research different technology tools that maybe have the animal that they want in it. Like we're using Photo Booth right now to create these videos, and they have fish in the background. So if a student was to choose some type of fish, they could use this in their presentation, just like Toontastic has sharks.
And it has jellyfish too.
There you go.
So we built our experience with using Toontastic, YouTube, and Photo Booth, and we also learned about the life cycle of a great white shark.
And also, some things that we'd maybe do differently next time would be to maybe include another example of something that the students could use, like a green screen video, and just talk about the life cycle of a shark, or even dress up, use props to describe the life cycle of their shark, or even whatever animal they choose.
So what went well while we were doing our project was that we collaborated very well on what we wanted to do. We already had our lesson plan from the ISTE lesson plan that we made up, so we based off the multimedia project off of that lesson plan, so it was really easy to work with that.
One issue we came across was figuring out how to put all of this different media together into one YouTube video, but thankfully Sam is our YouTube expert, so she helped us out.
And another issue that we came upon was what perspective we wanted to do it from, either the perspective of the student or the perspective of the teacher.
But we decided to do the perspective of a student.
Yes. So our lesson that we based our multimedia project off is the lesson plan from the ISTE project, and it is for 3rd grade, and we touch upon science, language arts, and technology. We estimate that this lesson will take about 3 days, just with having to pick the marine life animal and then researching it and then also creating the project. So the materials that the teacher will need to provide the student are iPads and Chromebooks, and an example of the video, and also props if students need that for what they're recording. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to research and demonstrate their understanding of their chosen sea animal's life cycle through a variety of presenting tools, and we've already touched upon our standards previously in this video. The objectives that we are covering are that students will be able to describe the life cycle of a chosen sea animal using the presentation tool of their choice, and they will also be able to write and discuss the life cycle of a sea animal. Students will be formally assessed when they turn in their project, and the teacher will make sure that the student has fully addressed all the parts of the sea animal's life cycle, making sure they didn't leave out the beginning or the end of that life cycle. Students will be informally assessed when teachers check in with them on a daily basis, just to make sure that everything is going well, that they've picked their animal, they know all the life cycle parts that they're touching upon. And students can also self-assess themselves by making sure that they have included everything in that animal's life cycle. And then students will be reflecting on their projects after they have turned it in. And then these are some of the vocabulary that students will be learning while they are doing this project. And like I mentioned, this project is going to take about 3 days, maybe longer, depending on if kids are putting in a lot of effort and you see that they might need an extra day, then give them an extra day. So on the first day, the teacher will show the students an example of the life cycle of a great white shark or a life cycle of a butterfly. They can do a bunch of examples just to show the students what they need to be talking about when they do create their presentation. And then students will be able to pick their marine animal that they want, and it needs to be approved by the teacher before they start researching that. And hopefully on day 1 there is some time for them to start researching a little bit about their animal. That way on day 2 they can start researching more and picking the presentation tool that they want to use. So day 2 is just research and presentation tool, and if the presentation tool that they want to use wasn't mentioned by the teacher, then they do need the teacher's approval on that presentation tool. And on the last day, students will upload their projects onto Seesaw. That way that students can receive feedback from their peers and their teachers, and that their peers can see all the different types of projects that the kids made in the classroom and see how cool it is and learn about different animals through everyone else. And that's our lesson.